Hello everyone, welcome to A Clear Perspective. I'm Serene. On Thursday, Bloomberg reported that the CCP regulators asked Didi Global to make plans to delist from the New York Stock Exchange due to concerns over leaking sensitive data. Didi is a Chinese version of Uber. The CCP also stopped Tencent from updating its existing apps. And Lenovo already got bombarded for half a month by the 50-cent army and became the center of public attention. All this could be considered the second wave of crackdowns on private enterprises. Let's take a look at the recent events and figure out what the Beijing authorities are actually trying to achieve. Bloomberg reported that the Cyberspace Administration of China, the agency responsible for data security in the country, has directed Didi to work out precise details subject to government approval. Proposals included privatizing the company or to delist it in the US and go public in Hong Kong. One thing is for sure that both proposals would hurt the company and its future prospects. Didi is currently controlled by the management team of co-founder Cheng Wei and President Jin Liu, which received aggregate voting power of 58% after the company's U.S. initial public offering. Coincidentally, another tech giant, Tencent, also got hit hard by authorities. According to a CCTV report, this year the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology (MIIT) found that 9 Tencent products were in violation of regulations. The MIIT required that new app products and all updates of existing app products should be tested by the MIIT before they can be released. This news shocked everyone in China. Currently, Tencent has 171 apps, including WeChat, QQ, etc. A rough estimate shows that 1.2 billion app users are affected. Tencent is just the first target by the CCP authority. MIIT announced a new requirement to all the IT companies. From November 24th to December 31st, all apps, including updates, must be approved before going live. Usually, the approval takes 7 days. Let's take a look at the hit on Lenovo. A little more than half a month ago, a famous anti-American fighter in mainland China called Sima Nan suddenly spoke out against Lenovo Group. In China, there are quite a lot of people who are famous for being anti-American. These people often send their wives and children to the United States for immigration, while they themselves clamor to defeat the United States in Chinese media every day. Sima Nan is this type of person. When he was questioned about this, he bluntly said that being anti-American is my job, while migrating to the United States is my life. His criticism of Lenovo Group has become very eye-catching in mainland China. Following are his main points. First, the loss of state-owned assets. He claimed that the shares of Chinese Academy of Sciences were sold at a low price during the Lenovo reform. In addition to that, 1.3 billion assets were given away to the Taishan Association, where the Lenovo founder Liu Chuanzhi was a chairman. Second, the pre-tax salary of 27 executives of Lenovo reached 933 million yuan, accounting for 7.77% of the company's pre-tax profit. The gap of income between the management executives and the regular staff is too big, and Lenovo's debt ratio is as high as 90%. Third, there are 14 foreigners out of 27 executives. This may cause information security problems. All these accusations are basically the facts summarized from public information. However, no one ever paid attention to it. Why is Lenovo being criticized so badly now? Lenovo is the world's largest PC manufacturer. From the official public reports, we can see that Lenovo Group participated in the 2017 China National Defense Information Technology and Equipment Exhibition as a representative enterprise of military-civilian integration. They had been strongly supported by the CCP authorities in the past. However, now Xi Jinping wants to take power from those tech monopolies in China. Lenovo executives' annual income is hundreds of millions of dollars, which sets a negative example against Xi Jinping's national policy of common prosperity. It is worth mentioning that Didi's president Jing Liu is Lenovo founder Liu Chunzhi's daughter. Both of them were targeted by CCP authorities this time. One of the reasons is that Xi Jinping believes that these giants are in fact too dominant. In many ways, they pose threats or potential threats to his power and his future plans. So he wants to clear the risks in advance. What really triggered Xi Jinping's determination was that Trump, as President of the United States, was blocked by several tech giants after January 6 this year. Xi knows that there are far more people who hate him and oppose him in China than those in the United States who hate Trump. So we see that the authorities are taking a very orderly and targeted approach to regulate these tech giants in China. The issues with the Ant Group and Alibaba were in the name of antitrust. Then it was Didi requested to delist for data security reasons. The excuse it used for Meituan's regulation was the violation of the labor protection law. Meituan is a Chinese version of Uber Eats. It has more than 4 million delivery personnel. Each is working under an extremely tough situation. One complaint from a customer could cost a delivery personnel 1 week's salary. When the regulations came to Tencent, the authorities used private information protection as an excuse. Since Tencent is notorious for its excessive and illegal collection of private information. All the regulations are under the name of protecting customers' rights, making them sound righteous and just. But we all know that this is just the surface. In fact, when Chinese tech monopolies have control over large amounts of customers' data, they have gained power that only CCP authorities could exercise in the past. In the CCP authorities' opinions, what is even more serious is that these giants not only gained the government's power, but also refused to follow the government's direction. For example, in 2019, Tencent and Alibaba refused to share their customer credit data with the central bank. In 2015, Jack Ma complained directly against Liu Hongliang, the director of the Internet Supervision Department, saying that the department's report on Taobao's sale of counterfeit goods was emotional enforcement. Also in 2015, Jack Ma commented on state affairs directly in front of Xi Jinping on how China should view the world. From a certain point of view, the tech giants have in fact formed a kind of fragmentation within China, which is not only limited to the commercial area, but has expanded to the political field. Furthermore, these giants are backed by a number of high-level CCP families. When the CCP's internal power struggles become intensified, these giants will be inevitably involved in those power struggles. Therefore, the first objective of Xi Jinping's crackdown on tech giants is to regain power. For Xi Jinping, nothing is more important than power. The second purpose is to grab money to achieve his so-called common prosperity policy. In September, Jack Ma announced a donation of 100 billion yuan to help Xi Jinping's common prosperity. And the Tencent founder Pony Ma pledged to donate 100 billion yuan, echoing Xi Jinping's priorities. So Beijing is taking advantage of these companies' problems to tighten its grip on internet giants. It also played a very crucial role in shifting public opinion. As you may know, when a totalitarian system faces internal conflicts that are difficult to resolve, it will often seek to provoke external conflicts or even start a war to shift public attention. What we are seeing now is actually a similar situation. The CCP has waged a war against the monopolies. At the same time, it used the propaganda department to demonize the word capital and the capitalist. In the past, the general public admired those successful, rich and powerful entrepreneurs like in America. Now, in the Chinese internet, word capital is very close to the word capitalist in Mao Zedong's time. Capitalists were persecuted for being so-called greedy and oppressed. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good weekend. See you next week.